contest is a grudge match.
Shut your mouth, honey. No one came here to pay no money to listen to you talk. Get out of my ring. Hit the road. Cameraman, hold on to that right there and wipe these boots real quick. Get out there. Come on. I ain't got on that part.
You got brother.
I'm gonna knock you out in about 5 minutes. You people shut your mouth. You're a hero that y'all come out here rooting for every week. Dirty Daddy. Ain't nothing but a fraud. Dirty Daddy been dodging me for about 30 years now. So that piece of crap gonna come out here, get in my ring. I'm gonna lay him out. Shut your mouth, fat boy. No one came here to listen to you either. You drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper? Oh, good Lord Almighty. Bring that piece of trash out here so I can lay him out.
Cecil Scott, we kick off 2017 with a huge grudge match that some are saying is decades in the making as the Dirty Daddy goes one-on-one with Mance Warner. Mance Warner says the Dirty Daddy has been ducking him from Continental to the Carolinas and he has finally found him. This is a rivalry that goes back God knows how long.
Well, according to Mance Warner, this goes back to 1983. That was but a young pup in 1983. And neither guy really speculated on what the issue is, but it's been going for close to over 30 years.
We want to thank everyone around the world who joined us for all 3 parts of our anniversary Supercard Battlecade. But it is a new year here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and we are seeing new faces already, just like Mance Warner, just like other wrestlers from all points of the globe who have made the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium a destination. Cecil Scott, 2016, the biggest, grandest, greatest year ever for CWF Mid-Atlantic, but all signs point that 2017 is going to be even bigger and better.
New year, new us, right?
Positively correct.
Things are looking up. We got a lot of big things planned, even in the first few weeks of 2017.
Oh yeah, you want to stay tuned to CWF247.com for all the information and all the announcements. We are going to see Matt and Jeff Hardy compete inside the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium for the first time ever. We're going to see a huge 2-night tag team tournament to honor the 2 greats that came before us. Don and Rocky Carnival are 2 hometown legends, and so much more big events coming up in 2017. But Cecil Scott, Dirty Daddy may not be around to see the rest of 2017 after that big crash onto concrete. You can put us right there at ringside. You have fell on that floor numerous times in your professional career. You catch an elbow, you catch a knee, you catch your neck, and you could be talking about serious time on the shelf.
Right, and the thing about falling on that concrete is that your body just instinctively wants to kind of crash and fall a little bit differently than you would in the ring. You get conditioned. We talked about it in the ring. It's built for combat, and your body is used to it on that floor. You turn, you catch an elbow. I've actually bruised my tailbone on that concrete, so there's a lot of things that can happen out there. Nice right hand.
Yeah, these two both know how to throw hands with the best of them.
Oh, he went to the throat.
A lot of our regular viewers of CWF Worldwide have called for this dream matchup to take place in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. I don't know what territory these two were in last, but clearly there's a lot of bad blood. Like Mance Warner said, decades worth of bad blood between these two.
We might have to ask Bruce Mitchell to pull up some notes, find out where Mance Warner came from. What happened here? It was in Los Angeles, maybe. You want to say maybe at the Coliseum out there? Or the sports arena?
Warner controlling Dirty Daddy right now with that veteran know-how.
Mance Warner got some good size to him. He's got a little bit of a size advantage on Dirty here.
You know, back in the day, you needed that big upper body to make it in the sport. How many guys were turned away back in Mance Warner and Dirty Daddy's era for being too small? Dozens, hundreds.
Right, a lot of guys skipping leg day back then. Man, Dirty's fired up. He's trying to get back on track after Battlecade.
Yeah, Dirty got caught in that twist ending from...
Ooh, nice clothesline by Mance Warner.
He got caught in that twist ending from Cain Justice, and he just got caught with that lariat from Mance. Cover. Shoulders are down. Only 2 from referee Kevin Pierce. As we have got a packed crowd here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, we thank you for joining us. We are in the shadows of the Greensboro Coliseum here in Gibsonville, North Carolina. And as we touched on, so many huge events coming up. You want to bookmark CWF247.com. You want to follow us on Twitter, because, man, 2017 is going to be electric. And look at Mance Warner. He is dominating Dirty Daddy for the past several minutes.
Man, I'm a little, I wouldn't say a lot surprised, but a little surprised. We got to cover. Hey, because there was a lot of sniping, a lot of words between these two, especially earlier today before we filmed this. And Dirty said, and I quote, he's going to knock his teeth out and sell them at a gimmick table.
My God.
Like, that's some pretty strong words, but Dirty hasn't quite gotten going yet.
Cecil, I like to draw on your professional experience a lot. Real quick, do you feel Dirty is shook after that title loss to Cain Justice? You're talking about seeing him take a lot of time to get out of the gate here. Do you think his confidence is shook after that title loss to Cain Justice?
Yeah, I think you're right on the money there. It's hard to come back from a big loss like that.
Yeah, it's taken, what, 5 or so minutes now for Dirty to really get in the starting blocks here. He's firing away.
Oh, nice flip-flop and fly there.
Uh-oh, it's like Lawler throwing the straps down. Dirty means business now.
Big head of steam coming up. Nice elbow in the corner.
Teeth may be headed to gimmick tables, brother. Woo!
Second one.
3 of them. Mance has got to be on Dream Street.
It's a shame there's so much animosity here. These two would have been a great team for that Granodal Cup.
Buddy Landell elbow.
Nice.
That's right, I said it. Cover 2, 3.
Got him.
Dirty Daddy stays true to his word and sends Mance Warner packing out of the territory.
My territory, Jack. Oh, yeah. See how I'm coming more like off my hip? Right? You were like if this arm's going up on lunge here. The little things that makes you money. It's the little things that make people talk about you. No matter what, it's still gonna hurt.
Joey Rogers, you've pulled off some huge upsets in a short amount of time, but tonight you're going up against the wrestling machine, Otto. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. That might surprise a few people, but here's why. Otto, he's a big, bad, hard-hitting Neanderthal. But if memory serves me correctly, I've beaten him before. Otto, I've got the advantage because I know you're human. Machine, Neanderthal, tough guy, you're still human. And when you're in the ring with Joey Rogers, anything is gonna happen.
Sorry, boss man.
Before you get to watch the wrestling machine, Otto Schwanz, decimate another poor soul, I have some business to attend to. I would like to inform all of you that recently I was in the Apocalypto. And when I was in the Apocalypto, this man right here ran like a coward. You, sir, shame yourself, Apocalypto. You let me down. All this goofy goofy nonsense that you do is not going to fly anymore. Are you kidding me? Otto Schwanz used to be goofy, just like you. But look at him now. He is a trained killer. What I want you to do going forward is to not be like Mike, but to be like Otto.
No, baby, I want to be like White Mike, Daddy. I want to be like White Mike, baby. But Otto is a killer.
All right, I
Please welcome Joey Rogers.
Cecil Scott, as Joey Rogers alludes to, the last time that these two men were inside the squared circle together, Joey Rogers lived up to his nickname of the Upset Kid when he eliminated Otto Schwanz from the annual Torneo Cibernetico. Up to that point in the match, Otto had been running through people like a hot knife through butter. It was Joey Rogers who changed the complexion of the Cibernetico when he eliminated Otto Schwanz. Now, we find ourselves with these two men matched up against each other again. My question to you, Cecil Scott, can Joey Rogers pull off the upset again?
Man, this would be a big one to pull off. And trust me, Otto very much remembers Ultimate Survivor. This guy doesn't forget when he gets embarrassed. And young guy going up against Otto Schwanz, that's a tough test. I'll just put it that way. I was in that boat at one time.
Rogers, not yet 30 years old, but an 8 or 9 year pro from the state of Ohio, recently transplanted down to the Mid-Atlantic. As we see Ethan Sharpe and White Mike on the outside, they tie up once again on the inside of the ring. Schwanz.
And this is what you run into. I mean, Schwanz, he doesn't care about being aesthetically pleasing or making the crowd like the match or whatever you want to call it. He's going to get in there and just do whatever he wants to you.
Yeah, and this is a guy that can stretch you 6 ways from Sunday. A decorated, highly successful football player at the collegiate level, wrestler at the collegiate level, went on to become a wrestling coach at the collegiate level. This is a serious dude with serious credentials. If Joey Rogers is not careful, Schwanz will tie him in knots and then bash the knots into dirt. You've been in the ring with the man, Cecil Scott. You can attest to it.
Right, and one thing people don't realize about Otto Schwanz, man, they see a crazy person, which he is. They don't realize how smart he is. This man was an educator at one time, and he is not just in wrestling, but just a brilliant guy. And he knows physics, I'd say better than almost anybody else we have, the human anatomy.
A lot of things that are underrated in the wrestling game. You don't think about how they can benefit you, but someone like Otto does. Rogers trying to get rolling here.
Nice drop kick in the corner.
Yeah, to be effective, he will want to maximize his time. Oh, he almost caught White Mike on the corner. And as always, you must be careful of the men on the outside of the ring. I don't know how Ethan Sharpe is allowed out here. Quite frankly, I don't know how Ethan Sharpe has gotten the proper credentials for White Mike to be out here. But nevertheless, Joey Rogers is going to town. Listen to this crowd.
Right, and this is what you got to do with Otto. If there's one weakness in his game, is that if you press him, he has a hard time recovering at times.
Trying to use that arm. Schwanz has got him trapped. Schwanz has got him trapped.
See, that's what he's talking about.
Oh,
so smart.
Joey Rogers, I think, was trying to do something out of that corner, and Schwanz literally put the brakes on him. He stopped him like just nothing. Schwanz staying one step ahead of his opponent.
Right, I think he's going for that Japanese arm drag again. You really can't go to the well once too often against this man.
I am impressed by the suddenness with which Otto Schwanz was able to turn this match completely around.
Right, you don't become as successful as he is without knowing all the tricks. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets back down and starts stretching him out again. You know, he actually stretched me out before the show. I went out to the ring to watch the guys working out, and he's big into yoga, and he made me get there and do it with him. Like, I didn't know what a downward-facing dog was until today.
I was wondering why you were walking so gingerly.
It had nothing. You know what? Don't look at me like that, Brad.
Schwanz has put the brakes on.
And And here we go, going to start riding him again. I wouldn't be surprised if he twists those legs up before he covers him. See, there we go.
Schwanz is so unique, there's no way to prepare for him. He will tie you in knots.
And he's just going to move the legs whichever way they'll bend. There's not going to be a whole lot of form. And look at this.
Could be a pinning predicament here. Could be a pinning predicament here. Shoulders are down.
Oh, also, no, that left shoulder's up.
That's good thinking on the part of Joey Rogers, keeping that shoulder up so that it's not a pin. Crowd is staying with this kid's side. They want to see the upset. Remember, it was Joey Rogers who eliminated Arik Royal from last year's 30-man CWF Rumble. It was Joey Rogers who eliminated Otto Schwanz from the Torneo Cibernetico. We know that he has it in him, but man, it's a tall, tall, tall mountain to climb.
Yes, it is. Joey Rogers asked me earlier if I had any advice. I said, yeah, don't show up.
Yeah, stay home.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But you got, what, another 5 minutes to work, and Otto, he has been known to stretch this thing down to 9:59 if he has to.
Yeah, he likes to control the pace, does Otto Schwanz.
And that leg is gone.
Yeah, there may be nothing that Joey can do at this point, but try to survive, try to stay with this big, monstrous human being.
And he's got to start looking at pinning combinations because Otto, he took away that leg, and that takes away a lot of Joey's offense.
You could almost see the breath leave him, but Schwanz pulls him up. Is this a mistake against somebody who has the reputation of being Mr. Upset?
It's always a mistake to underestimate an opponent, even if you're as dominant as Otto Schwanz. Man, he's just going to squeeze the life out of him here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got some cracked ribs.
Crowd is still trying to rally behind this young man, but when do they lose hope? When does Rogers lose confidence in his own abilities? When does it become a bridge too far? He's created some space here.
Oh my God, what in the world?
Tried to send him end over end. It did not work, but it may have created enough of an opening. If Rogers can have something deep in his bag of tricks.
Yeah, it's too much size to pull him over.
DDT perhaps.
That'll do it though.
Spiked him. He's got to be able to make the cover though. He's got to be able to make the cover. Schwanz is still not down though. Schwanz is still not down. Ooh! He caught him right on the chin. He caught him right on the chin. This is big. This is big. But Rogers is going to try to take a chance.
And Otto's back up. This guy's like the Terminator.
Schwanz has got the official.
Mike on the apron.
Wait, Schwanz has got the official.
Oh my God, he took out White Mike.
He had to when you got two men to watch on the outside, he had to.
Oh, but he turned his back on the wrestling machine.
Oh, brain scrambler, shoulders down. Too many people to keep your eyes on for the Upset Kid to strike again, and the wrestling machine proves to be just too much to break through and conquer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by pinfall. 7 minutes and 16 seconds. The wrestling machine, Otto Schwanz.
Hey guys, Nick Jackson here, the Young Bucks. You are watching CWF Worldwide, but you actually should be on ProWrestlingTees.com/YoungBucks. We got like 54 designs. Pick one of the coolest ones. Too sweet me. Boom.
Please welcome your champion, Aric Andrews.
How long fast you want?
Bell sounds, we are off and running. Cecil Scott, did you hear this crowd come completely unglued for Snooty Foxx? Coming off maybe the biggest rookie year of anyone in CWF history here as we begin a brand new year. Snooty Foxx gets his very first singles title opportunity, and man, the feeling in this room is positively electric.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd seems, they kind of have this energy, like they feel like Snooty's going to pull this thing out, but to do so, he's going to have to go up against a champion with a lot of momentum. And Aric Andrews, I think he's studied Snooty enough. I mean, we announced this match several days ago before we taped. And you know he's studied it. He's not going to get caught up in a fast-paced power match with Snooty Foxx.
No, Andrews loves to control the pace.
Okay. How often have you ever seen Aric Andrews knocked off of his feet like that? Oh, and that's a smart veteran move there, right to the gut.
Right to the breadbasket, as it were. And yeah, I think one of the things that has made Andrews such an effective television champion is he naturally, by nature, is a wrestler that loves to control the pace.
Whoa, look at the athleticism.
And controlling that pace is so crucial to holding on to the television title. Snooty Foxx going to the top. Boom!
Nailed him. Yeah, he's used to controlling pace, and he's used to having a decided size advantage, too.
He does not have that one here. Cover two, only two.
He uses size and especially his reach so effectively, and that's going to be negated with this big, powerful rookie.
Snooty Foxx.
And one thing that might help Snooty Foxx here, normally I would say Andrews needs to extend the match, make it long, but there's a firm 10-minute time limit here. Snooty can come in and hit hard and fast and not worry about tiring himself out.
Right. This is really where Andrews wrestling the pace of the television title time limit helps him out. Andrews just go out the back. Whoa, boy.
Oh, God.
The power of Snooty Foxx, he soars in.
And so far, Andrews has been really hard. It's been a hard time getting out of the blocks. It might be a better employee. He might be trying to let Snooty punch himself out, or he's just getting the brakes beat off of him here.
Big boot from Andrews.
Oh, nice move.
Andrews going to the leg. Aric Andrews has got that heel hook. He does not pull it out often.
Yeah, but it's in the bag.
It's a B-side, if you will. It's a deep cut on the Aric Andrews album. But man, that heel hook is very, very dangerous. I remember back in the heyday of the Riot, a lot of guys would tell me that was the thing that would keep them down in those long group attacks, is that heel hook from Andrews. And if Andrews pulls out that heel hook here, he could completely change this matchup. Another thing about that, he doesn't use it all the time. It's not something, if you study, I don't know, 3-5 matches of Aric Andrews, you might not see him pull it out. It's really smart that he kind of keeps that where you can't prepare for it. Andrews going to the leg, I don't know if that's his game plan, but it's a good one if it is.
Right, and I can, kind of confirm this. When you're scouting tape of guys, you really go back maybe the last 2 months, the last, dozen matches at most, because you're going to see pretty much everything that a guy is going to do. But then you look at some of the legends, like a Terry Funk, who would bring out something once in a while that he hasn't used since the 70s. Sometimes you got to have those tricks. And now we might have touched on something that we might see from Aric Andrews.
That leg is getting tortured in the corner. Aric Andrews leering at Red Jones, knowing he's going to use every second of that 4 3/4.
Right, and he probably would not have his feelings hurt if Red Jones DQ'd him in those ropes.
That's true. Winner's share of the purse is one thing, but holding on to the championship is something else altogether.
Right, you get out of a challenge of a guy like Snooty Foxx however you can.
Snooty, second rope here. He's got to watch that leg, though. Oh! Came for a big hooking clothesline and got nothing. No water in the pool. And if Aric Andrews stays in the driver's seat, cover. That was good from Aric Andrews. He put his body weight on the shoulders, those big arms, those traps of Snooty Foxx. He had to push all of Aric Andrews' weight off the shoulders. If Aric Andrews stays in the driver's seat here and he controls this matchup and he makes Snooty Foxx wrestle Aric Andrews' match, the title dreams of the young man in his sophomore year as a pro may go down the drain, Cecil Scott.
Right, absolutely, and you talk about putting all the weight on those shoulders, especially with a guy like Snooty who, you know, we'll just be frank about it, is still trying to find his wind in the ring, which takes a long time to do for any wrestler. You know, and he's pushing off with his lungs and his chest, and that's going to hurt that wind even more.
Yeah, April of last year to now, well, that can't be more than 30 matches, and that's
right, at most.
That's at most, correct. So less than 30 matches in his professional career, Snooty Foxx has got an opportunity that people like Aric Andrews waited years for. He's got an opportunity that you, Cecil Scott, waited your whole career for, but he's got to get out of this hold. Snooty Foxx has got to retake control of this matchup if he wants to leave here a champion and kick off the second year of his professional career in the biggest way possible.
Right, and Aric Andrews almost got caught grabbing those ropes. And the figure four leg lock is a hold that you've really got to have ring experience to get out of and know how to react to. Because so many things can happen, but he's just going to muscle out? No.
Andrews used the bottom rope. I don't know if our cameras caught it, but Andrews used the bottom rope to maintain control of that hold.
More importantly, I don't know if Ray Jones caught it.
That's the veteran know-how. That's knowing the ring and where you are in it. And that is desperation to hang on to the title. Snooty has reversed it.
Yeah, he just muscled out and reversed it.
All the pressure is now on Aric Andrews' knees, ankles, and calves, but Andrews has got to get out.
And that's where that reach comes in play.
Yeah, Andrews has got that long, lengthy, lanky frame, and he was easily able to grab the ropes. That's really important. Andrews is going to be able to find the ropes from damn near any place in the ring.
Right. Yeah, he can be in almost any position, but he's still firmly in control.
You're going to have Andrews tied up dead center. Andrews trying here. Crack the knee, and floated right into the half crab.
And Snooty's so dadgum big, he almost couldn't get that knee crusher. And I don't want to say this is uncharted waters for Snooty because he's faced some tough guys. I mean, his first match was with Otto Schwanz, for crying out loud. But he's never had a title on the line. He's never had the bright lights of a championship match. It's an entirely different animal.
With that comes a whole lot of pressure, too.
It's like they say, you know, the game is the same, but, you know, the playoffs are different than the regular season. It's the same when you get in a championship match. Andrews, I think he looked up and saw the time where we're nearing up on about 2 minutes, and he started to slow it down.
Right, you can see that countdown clock on the Sawyertron right above us. And Andrews now has got a clear indication of where, when, and how he can control things.
It's something we bring up with almost any TV champion that holds the title at length. They just really learn that time limit and know how to manipulate it. It's almost like they have a tag team partner with that clock. And Snooty, man, he's in a lot of trouble right now. If he's got something, he's got to come up with something big and in a hurry.
Yeah, Andrews is slugging away here.
Got to come up with something big, but you don't want to rush.
Because that's where you make a mistake. There you go. Snooty, right into the cover. Great thinking. Good know-how. Only got two. Could not hold him down. That was great thinking by Snooty Foxx. He knew he did not have any seconds to waste.
The great basketball coach John Wooden would say, hurry up, but don't rush. That's what Snooty's got to do.
Caught the hand. Caught the hand of Andrews.
There you go.
Snooty fires away.
The thing about Snooty, he's got so much power, he could get one big blow and pretty much end this thing if he can find an opening.
Snooty has lasted 9 in a high-pressure situation, but he has got 1 minute or less to put him away here.
Might be that power slam.
Andrews had to get free and goes back to the knee. That power slam has fallen everybody in his path. Aric Andrews knew he had to get free, Seabear.
Yes, he did. He might have even went to the eyes there. I couldn't tell.
Hit the buckle.
Spear. Half of the spear.
30 seconds off. Oh, Snooty did not have the know quite. Not quite. If he'd have just stayed on top of the man, he could have had him.
Go for the power slam again.
Oh man,
Andrews got ripped.
Oh, power slam will do it. Andrews caught the referee. Andrews caught the referee in the eyes. Cover is there.
No official.
Andrews caught the official in the eyes and it's over. Andrews caught the official. I don't know if it was accidental or intentional, but Andrews caught the official and it's over.
Snooty had him covered for a good 6 seconds, but Red Jones was down face first.
The Kandrack television time limit has expired. By rule, Aric Andrews retains the title.
And by any means necessary, Aric Andrews is still the worldwide television champion.
You know what? I have been champion here
You cheat every time!
for 7 months. 7 months.
Nobody likes you!
And I have had to play by the company rules. Brad Stutts, I am sick of playing by your rules for my championship. So what I want is for the television champion to get a little respect around here. And I'm going to start making my own rules. Now, what do you think about that, Brad Stutts? I'll tell you what, you may have a point. You may have a point. You've survived everything. You've beaten 2 people at a time, 3 people at a time. You've beaten maybe the most popular rookie we've ever had in CWF. You didn't win, you survived. So here's what, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do even better than 5 more minutes. Here's what I'm going to do. You're right. From now on, I wash my hands of you.
Thank
I
God.
don't care. It's not up to me anymore who you wrestle, who you defend that title against, when you defend that title. I'm sick of your bitching. I wash my hands of you. From now on, starting the next time that you defend that title, it's not up to me anymore.
Right, it's up to me.
It's up to them. One of you will decide the challenger. So from now on, don't complain to me, complain to them.
Cain Justice, tonight you face Chet Sterling in the Battle of the Future. Who is going to determine the destiny of CWF Mid-Atlantic?
Me? Of course it's me. I'm the Rising Generation League champion, CL. I'm on the rise. It's the definition of the future. Now Chet's a pretty good wrestler. He's held this before. He's held a couple other things. That's pretty cool. But this is my time. You call this the battle of the future? It's not. It's the future and the present, and I'm the future of this place.
The Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium is the #1 venue for live pro wrestling in all of the Carolinas. But did you know that you can also rent the Sportatorium for all of your anniversaries, fundraisers, and live pro wrestling birthday parties? Check us out at CWF247.com to find out more about how you can have your events right here at the Sportatorium.
Sorry, brother, it's a little heavy. It's more bigger than yours, too. I'll get that one, too.
Everybody ain't pulling.
Cecil Scott as two champions tie up in the center of the ring. It is our very first main event of 2017. Some are calling it the battle for the future. Which rising star will shape the future of CWF Mid-Atlantic? Will it be the Rising Generation League champion Cain Justice or the International Ultra J champion Chet Sterling? Fans all over the world expect big, big things from both of these men in 2017 and beyond, but only one can lead our first main event of the new year with a win tonight.
Absolutely, and I think it says a lot that the matchmakers at CWF apparently really saw something in Cain Justice after Battlecade, and he gets his first main event as a CWF competitor. He turned a lot of heads in that match with Dirty Daddy.
Yes, he did. One of the great opening matches in the history of our anniversary supercard that saw Cain Justice capture the Rising Generation League Championship.
Oh, nice hold here.
And quite frankly, you know, like him or not, and a lot of people don't, he did, shoulders down! He did what he said he was gonna do. He said he was gonna win the tournament, and he did. He said he would leave Battlecade as the champion, and he did. Earlier tonight,
nice transition into that arm bar, but Chet got the arm hook.
Earlier tonight, Cain Justice said he was the future. He can prove it tonight with a win over maybe the guy that more insiders than anybody else have picked to be the next breakout star from this part of the country, Chet Sterling. Is that a fair statement in your opinion?
Absolutely. I mean, when people ask, you know, who is the most underrated guy out there, the kind of that under the radar superstar waiting to break out, everybody mentions Chet Sterling. You know, this is a guy that I think he's going in the right direction. He's adding the moves, adding the high impact moves. There's one extra piece, and I don't know what it is, that needs to be there, and I think he's going to be the next breakout guy.
Let's not forget it was Chet Sterling who defeated Cedric Alexander in Cedric's last match on the independent circuit before he went to Monday Night Raw in the Cruiserweight division. Cedric Alexander's last match on the Indies was a loss to Chet Sterling after Alexander had vowed that he would take the Ultra J Championship with him. It was Chet Sterling who kept that prophecy from coming true. Will he keep another prophecy from coming true tonight? Oh, that the one that Cain Justice made earlier with CL Party when he said he was the future. Man, we got a little bit of a fight here.
Right, and surprisingly, we got it covered. Chet has held his own on the mat with Cain Justice, and coming out of the dojo, we knew that was that's kind of his bread and butter, was the mat game and the submissions. And we see it right there. Honestly, more than anybody else, rookie or otherwise, very few people have the transition game that Cain Justice has, where he can transition into his holds and his submission holds.
Yeah, the wrist trapped in a really neat way there, but Chet Sterling was able to wrestle out of it.
You can tell this is a guy that's been trained by Trevor Lee.
Both of these young men have been mentored at different points in time by Trevor Lee. Of course, Cain Justice. Some of our longtime fans may remember. Oh, that's dangerous. That's real dangerous. Look at the shoulder. Look at the shoulder of Chet Sterling. That's real dangerous.
Very impressive.
I was gonna say our longtime fans may remember Cain Justice started as a referee. He went to wrestling school, wrestling training. Quite frankly, he felt like things were not progressing fast enough to his liking. So Cain Justice left the Mid-Atlantic dojo. Hold on, shoulders down. Only got about 1.5. Cain Justice left the Mid-Atlantic dojo, began training in judo and learning that discipline, feeling that it would make him a better all-around wrestler. And quite frankly, you can't argue with his success, as in what, just about 2.5 or 3 months worth of time, he became the Rising Generation League champion.
Right, and you know, there's another guy who thought that the wrestling training wasn't going fast enough and that he could bypass the system. And he's in the ring in the green trunks right now. And I'd say things turned out pretty good for him.
That's exactly right. In a lot of ways, the attitude, if not the ability, of Cain Justice mirrors that of Chet Sterling 4 or 5 years ago when we first saw him. He became Trevor Lee's apprentice. We would see Chet Sterling interfere in matches. He interfered in the main event of Battlecade 2 or 3 years in a row. He interrupted the main event of Battlecade and tried to make it about him. What we didn't know is all that time he was learning from Trevor Lee. He was picking up tangible tricks that he could use in his professional career. And yeah, you're right. His career has skyrocketed in the past 18 months.
And we're going to see if this thing picks up a little bit. I think if it becomes a sprint, that will favor Chet Sterling. Nice athleticism there. A beautiful arm drag right back to the arm. And I'm going to make a crazy comparison. And I know wrestling Twitter is going to give me hell for this. But if you go back to 2003 or so, there was a young rookie by the name of Shinsuke Nakamura. And I see a lot of him in Cain Justice. They called him the super rookie back then because he was so advanced for somebody at his experience level, which is unheard of in Japan for a rookie to be placed in main events. And it's almost as unheard of in CWF for a rookie. We got a cross body. You very rarely see rookies in the main event in this territory.
No cover though, no body-to-body contact. Great drop kick. Chet had the body-to-body contact, but he rolled off of him. He didn't stay with the cover. He planted that drop kick in his face, but now Cain Justice is trying to halt all that momentum.
Absolutely. And just to wrap up my point, that's what I see in Cain Justice. Obviously, the matchmakers think highly of him to place him in this main event. And it wouldn't surprise me if he has moved up the card and facing some big-name guys by the end of this year. And Chet, we're seeing, where he's gained the experience, where he's not rushing out to fighter going for a dive. He's letting him take the count. And as soon as I say that, he goes outside, but I think he saw Cain Justice was out there stirring.
Justice hiding behind, I think that's my junior booker he was just hiding behind out there. Nevertheless, Justice headed back in the ring.
That kid's taking your job, brother.
Swinging a miss.
Ooh, nice European uppercut.
Who wins in a slugfest between these two, Seabear?
Oh, well, right now it looks like Chet, but I think if you're down to brass tacks in a striking match, Cain does have that martial arts background. But judo is more of a submission, ground-based martial art. So it might be a wash, actually.
Ooh, good thinking right there.
That was an experienced movement. I think Cain is KO'd.
Cover two.
Deep cover.
No.
Really deep cover. But he's sinking in so deep on that cover, he actually pivoted Cain Justice's body and allowed him to get to those ropes. And we're seeing pardon the pun, a different Chet Sterling since the end of last year, since that Lee Valiant feud.
Sterling may have rushed in with a little too much, a little too headstrong there, because Cain Justice may have tied him up here. Once Cain Justice gets that arm, he can change the game.
Right, and as we've only seen that twisting a couple of times, but we've seen when he gets it, it's an immediate tap.
Yeah, it's an immediate tap. It wrenches, it tears immediately. Maybe the most devastating hold that we've ever seen any rookie pull out in the entire time of CWF Mid-Atlantic here in, our 17th year.
Right, and it's very rare. We see very few submission-based wrestlers that look strictly for a submission style. And there you see that arm was trapped. Dropped him right on it. That's an Aric Andrews special right there.
Particularly unusual to see that style employed by a rookie wrestler. Almost unheard of that a rookie fancies himself and models himself and patterns himself as a submission specialist.
You usually only see that if somebody comes directly in from like an MMA background, like a Matt Riddle or somebody like that. Where that's their game, that's what they know, and they kind of adapt the pro wrestling game later on. But Cain, it seems like he's blended the two seamlessly at a very, very rapid rate. That twist ending is so dangerous. It's like he took the AT lock and the stranglehold gamma and then added a Kimura to it as a cherry on the sundae. Man, that arm of Chet is damaged.
Yeah, if Cain Justice had his bearings a little bit better here, he could really make something happen, but he's taking some hard shots himself. You see him trying to just get a hold of Sterling and stay in the fight.
I think Chet wanted a DDT or a suplex there, but the arm is just gone.
I think you're right. This is a huge opening for Cain. Ooh,
Kimura?
This is a huge opening for Cain if he had his wits about him.
Gruesome move there.
I don't want to be too speculative, but I think Cain Justice really got his bell rung here at some point, and he's trying to stall a little bit till those cobwebs come out, because this is a huge opening right here that he is not taking full advantage of.
Right, and that's another one of those experience things. As good as he is mechanically and physically in the ring, it's the brains. We got another cover. The brains and the whereabouts of knowing where you are in the ring. That only comes with more matches.
Could be right.
I mean, And we've said it many times about other rookies, and it's true. It's not a cliche. You only learn by doing. And Chet, I think, has found himself in a much tougher fight than maybe he expected tonight. But he came off of one of the biggest wins of his career to face a rookie, and he may have thought it would be a little easier. Oh, half-hatch suplex. No, he got the arm. Man, he may have dislocated that elbow, Brad.
That was real dangerous.
And a very unique move. You don't see that in another cover. And that's, I'm a little impressed by the whereabouts and the wherewithal here. He's, targeting the arm, but when the man's down, he's still going for covers. You know, sometimes the submission isn't always there, but still try to get the win.
Sterling with the wherewithal to get out of the way. Ooh,
both of them caught each other.
Sterling tagging him here. I don't know if a stand-up game is what he needs to be doing. I would use my quickness. I would use the true Ultra J style if I was Sterling.
Especially with only one arm right now.
Sterling, ooh, he loves that half and half.
Oh, stuck in. Got the cover, yes sir. Couldn't get any weight on the shoulder though.
That was great to see, no wasted motion from Sterling. He just leaned back on the cover.
Yeah, that's the gained experience that he's had.
2 minutes remain.
Man, and this thing has gotten deep into this 15-minute time limit.
Yeah, our first main event of 2017 is not disappointing at all. Sterling going to the top, could be the blockbuster. He's not in position for the high fly flow. Could pull out something different here. Oh, he didn't get the blockbuster.
He
did not get the blockbuster. Cain pretty much just a big judo throw.
He's going for the twist ending.
Twist ending, he's trying for it.
Chet turned into it though.
Chet is creating space. Chet is creating space. Oh, cradle, 2.
Got it. Beautiful defensive wrestling by Chet Sterling, and he wins the first main event of 2017.
Cain Justice's time may come, but for right now, the future belongs to the Ultra J champion.
Thank you everyone around the world for making 2016 the best year in the history of CWF Mid-Atlantic. And now please enjoy these highlights in what we like to call our images of the year. And make sure you keep your eyes peeled for some footage never before aired here on Worldwide.
These days we've been looking up, we got
I interrupt your regularly scheduled program of garbage to bring to you another episode of Storytime. You see, this is the time of the program that everybody's waited on. Images of the year. The time where everyone from CWF high fives each other and they tweet about all the great things they've done all year. All the boys in the back talk to their wives and their families and tell them, hey, this is what I've done. I actually matter. This means something. Look at what I've done. Newsflash, everyone. You're not really that good. You've actually been wasting your time and your money. And newsflash to all the fans that think they matter too. Your opinions mean nothing. All those stars you gave me, all of that stuff means nothing. All I care about is cold hard cash. So newsflash, I don't expect anyone in CWF to put me in their images. I don't expect any of you guys to put me over. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put over myself. So let me bring to you what you've all been waiting for. The 2016 Attitude Images of the Year. And we got to start New Year's Eve of last year. Los Angeles, California. Be patient, guys. I've got a lot of these. Here we are. Me and my buddy Dolph Ziggler at the world famous Rainbow Room, paying tribute to a fallen rock star Lemmy shortly after he passed away. And this is us with our jack. Boom! Jack down. All right, later that night, the last Motley Crue concert ever. The last concert they've ever done at Staples Center in Los Angeles. We were there. No big deal. Later that night, oh, look at this. Me, Dolph, and The Miz at his world-famous New Year's Eve party. Picture taken by Mr. Belding. Once again, no big deal. Ooh, this is a good one. If you can see that, that's me at the Grand Canyon. I've got these all night. Here's another one. This is me at the Hoover Dam. There's a good one. What else do we got? Ooh, this is a special one to me. This means a lot. That's my rooftop Las Vegas wedding. Ooh, this one's sentimental. This is me and my smoking hot wife getting married by Elvis himself. And that is the real Elvis, you can tell. You can tell by the moves. I made sure, I checked his credentials. Oh, this is a good one. This is the night I won $700 playing craps. That's a good one. Oh, here's a good one. That's the day I shot a 75 at Pinehurst. That's a good memory right there. How's this going? Everybody good? Good. We'll keep going. Oh, here's the day. Front row seats. Oakland Raiders versus Tennessee Titans. Yeah, I believe that's that game. I get confused. Oh, because here's another one. Front row seats. Oakland Raiders versus Tampa Bay. That's how we do. This one means a lot. This one means a lot to me. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's the day I beat Paperboy on Nintendo. That one means a lot to me right there. And I saved the best for last. Here it is. The 2016 image of the year. That's the only image that matters. Is when one of these went into the skull of Trevor Lee. And then for 6 months straight, I came out trying to get his attention. I came out calling him out, and he was nowhere to be found. And finally, when I get my hands on him at Battlecade, what does he do? He has to cheat. He should have been disqualified that night. I should be Mid-Atlantic champion. So don't worry. I'm going to be a man about it, like I always am. I'm going to suck it up. And like a savior of CWF that I am, I'll be back. Don't worry. You haven't heard the last of me. Not by a long shot. Cheers, assholes.